Today, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my Viper one-ways and defensive setups guide for Haven. So first up, starting here with one-ways on a site, this is going to be a pretty good one-way for long and the top of ramp here. So to throw it, all you want to do is walk into this corner right here, aim at this tile along the wall, and move your crosshair to the right until it's under this left part of the wood trim right here. So like this. Throw your orb, it should land on the left side of these double boxes. When you pop this smoke, you have a good one-way for if you're playing behind site here to peek the top of ramp, and if you're using the site as cover here, nobody pushing up can see you. So from the enemy's perspective, it looks like this. So now the first one-way for short, there's actually two one-ways for short, and this first one you can actually throw before the round starts. And to throw it, all you want to do is line up along the box right here, aim your crosshair at this wood tile on the roof, like this, and throw your orb. We'll bounce down and land on top of the box. With this, you have a one-way if you're playing this side of sight to see the top of short, and you also have a one-way from back here behind sight as well for when they are actually up short. So this is what it looks like from the enemy's perspective. And the second one-way here is a little bit more aggressive because you have to place it as the round starts, but it can give you a little bit more space if you want to work this area of short as well and stop the attackers from getting up even further onto site. So for this one-way, what you want to do is walk in the middle of this wood pole right here at the bottom of short. And once you're against this wood pole, what you want to do, aim right underneath this darker patch of the wood in the middle of this wood board right about here and do a left click throw. So it'll land inside of this thing above the door here. This is an insane one-way to see the feet of anyone pushing down a lobby and are about to push up short. With this one-way, you have every advantage against the attackers who are about to push up short. From the attacker's perspective, it looks like this, and there's just no way for them to get information without blindly pushing through the smoke. I think this is arguably one of the strongest Viper one-ways in the game, and especially one of the strongest on this map. So moving on to C site, first up we have a one-way for garage here. It's very easy to throw and it gives you great control. So all you want to do is walk into this corner once the buy barrier goes down. All you want to do is aim right in this corner where these two different shades of wood meet. So right about here, and do a left click throw. It will land perfectly on top of the door, and this is a perfect one-way to see anyone pushing into garage while they can't see you. This one-way also works pretty well from window here, as you can see, and it also works pretty well from behind the box here. So from the attacker's perspective, they can't see anything until they fully swing into garage, and even then they're still guessing whichever angle you might be playing. So this is a super strong one-way that will absolutely slow down the attacking push. So finally, we have two one-ways for C long that allow you to play at different spots. For the first one-way, what you want to do is walk into this corner right here, aim right at this dark square right here on the roof, and do a left click throw, and it will land on top of the box. And with this one-way active, you can play this corner here behind logs and behind sight and use it to see anyone running up long. The only thing you have to worry about with this one-way is to not expose yourself too much on the right side, so make sure you're using default here as cover. So the next one-way for C long is for if you want to play on top of the platform at the back of sight. So for this one-way, all you want to do is walk up right here along the edge of the wall and aim just to the right of this wood post, just like this, and do a left click throw. And when you use this one-way, you have a pretty good angle to peek long from on top of platform. With this one-way, you really only need to worry about the attackers pushing up really far, really fast, because there's this gap here on the left side, but you will still be able to see them long before they can see you. So from the attacker's perspective, it looks like this. And once again, even from this spot, the attackers can't see you, yet you can see them. So the attackers can only see you once they fully push up long. Personally though, I think if you're playing Viper at C, you should be using her Poison Cloud in Garage for that one-way. It is just much harder for the attackers to push through that garage smoke than it is for them to push through either of these one-ways for long. So moving on to toxic screen lineups and overall setups, something that you can do for A site is stand in this corner here and aim your toxic screen so that way it covers short and mid at B. So right about here on the minimap, and throw your screen. So you can obviously put this up if you think A is going to get pushed or if A is getting pressured in general. And you can also put this up mid if your teammate needs to fall back and play more defensive. So an example setup for A site should look like this. So for C site's toxic screen, what you can do is walk into this corner right here and aim your screen so it goes through garage like this and also through mid. So this screen will cover long C, garage, and also the lower part of mid here. So an example setup for C site would look like this. So that is all for my Viper one ways guide for Haven. If you guys want to see more Valorant videos and guides like this, then make sure you hit that subscribe button.